2017 Higher Level Materials Technology Wood, Section A. Out of 20 questions, you have to answer any 16 questions. Question 1. What's the tool here? It's a tenon saw. Give one specific use for the tool: to cut joints or to cut timber. Question 2. What do the initials PVA stand for? Polyvinyl acetate. Name the woodworking machine shown as a pillar drill. Identify two safety features of this machine. Okay, so you'll have a chuck guard and you have an emergency stop. Okay, the other thing you might answer there is that it's clamped down onto the ground, so it's very secure. The diagram shows a cross section through the trunk of a tree. Name the part labeled A. Okay, it's the bast or the cambium layer. Okay, state the function of part A. It transports food and water, or it's cell production, and it's also there for protection. Question 5. Wood jaws are usually fixed to a woodworking vise. With specific function do the wooden jaws serve in a woodwork vise? Okay, they hold the workpiece without damaging it. Name the force applied on the piece of wood. It's compression. The leaves. Okay, you have a sycamore, horse chestnut, rowan, oak, and beech. Parts of a kiln, so for your seasoning of timber. Okay, part 1 is your fan, which makes the air circulate. Part 2 is your steam jets, so the steam is introduced into the chamber. 3 is the heating coils. 4 is the spacers, or sometimes known as battens, to allow the air circulate in underneath and then around the timber. And then all of that is sitting on top of a trolley that can be wheeled in and out of the chamber or the kiln. Name the woodworking tool shown in the diagram. Okay, this is a pin hammer. What is part A or X used for? That's used for driving panel pins. Okay, so the small little pins. Question 9. The arrow on the diagram shows the grain direction of a piece of wood. Use a tick to indicate the correct direction for planing. So should you work in from here or should you work in from here? Okay, and the reason is you should work in from here as the way the grain is. Okay, what's the reason for that? It's easier. So the plane will cut the side of the timber much easier when it's going with the grain, and you'll get a better and smoother finish. Question 10. This is called a marking knife. Okay, what is it used for? It's used for scoring lines. Okay, so for cutting fine lines across the grain. Okay, so you'd use it for marking out a piece of wood before you're going creating a joint, and you'll get a much better finish on the joint. Okay, number 11. The diagram shows the 4 main stages of the life cycle of a wood boring beetle. Complete the diagram by labeling the other 3 stages. Okay, so the eggs first, then you have the larva, then you have the pupa, and then you have the adult. Okay, and at what stage is most damage caused to wood? During the larva stage. Question 12. This is your timber conversion. Okay, in the space provided below, name the method of timber conversion shown. Okay, if you have your lines, it's like your radius of a circle, so that's called radial or quarter sawing. And then the other type of sawing I wrote in here is true and true sawing, and that's just your straight up and down, but the major defect with that is it causes cupping. Question 13. Okay, name 3 of the raw materials necessary for photosynthesis to take place in the leaf. You need sunlight, you need carbon dioxide, and you need sap or chlorophyll. What sort of a tool is this? This is a miter saw or a chop saw. Okay, it's used for cutting 45-degree angles or 30-degree angles on wood, or a 90-degree angle as well, straight cuts. Okay, very useful tool. Give a specific safety precaution to be observed when using this power tool. Wear goggles. Okay, secure the workpiece and make sure that you have no loose clothing, and make sure that your 2 hands are well away from the blade. Okay, a lot of injuries caused by those saws. Okay, question 15. What do the words CNC stand for? It's computer numerical control. Okay, CNC lathe. Accurate, fast, easy to reproduce, and it's safe. Okay, so they're the advantages of it. Question 16. What diagram shows a wooden box? The top of the what is decorated with veneers. What is this craft technique called? It's marquetry. Is the method used. And what tool might you use? You'll need a scalpel and a steel ruler. Okay, and what are they used for? It's for cutting the veneers when you're into the shape that you need them. Okay. Question 17. Label the different parts of a lathe. Okay, so this here is your tool, which is known as your gouge. Okay, then you have your revolving center, so that's what clamps in the piece. Then you have your faceplate, you have a vernier calipers for measuring diameter, and then you have your parting tool. Okay, question 18, determining between thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Okay, the way I remember it is thermosetting, it sets once, you can never use it again. Okay, so PVC is a thermoplastic, nylon is a thermoplastic, epoxy resin is a thermosetting, you can only use it once. Okay, acrylic and polythene are thermoplastics. Question 19, we have to draw and then complete the sketch of the joint and then color or shade. So it's a dovetail, T-dovetail joint. We have completed the drawing there and then I've colored it in afterwards. And the final question, question 20, we need to identify the distances, the dimensions that we need. So what dimensions are we missing? Okay, so the base thickness. Okay, so we can see here it tells us that it's 12 mil. Okay, the sides, what are the width of them? Okay, the sides, the width of the sides is this here. So it's 165 by 126. Okay, and then the thickness is 12 as well. Okay, the front and back, so this piece here. Okay, we're told that it's 190 wide, so what's its overall height? We don't have it written in here, it's not written here either, so we have to do a little bit calculating. So it's 150 plus the radius of this circle. What's the radius of this circle? Its diameter is 190, so therefore its radius is 95. So the way we do it is 150 plus 95 gives me 246. And then finally the dowel. Okay, where's the dowel? It's this bit here. So it's 50 plus it's going in 12 millimeters into the piece as well. So 50 and 12 gives me 62. And that's the 2017 short questions, section A questions completed.